Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Ultimate General American Civil War, our Let's Play series, playing as the British in this Revolutionary War game. This might be the last one, guys. I don't know. The game's become very whack-a-mole. I'm sure I could be doing a better job of building areas of control, building a base of operations. We're losing control over North Carolina. We don't have enough troops to hold it down. We do have some troops on the way. But it's less that we're losing control, and it's more the manner of which the game is playing out. I just am not super interested in fighting 200-man army or 600-man army after 600-man army and all these little micro battles. It's not very enjoyable as a game mechanic for the British. I would rather the game have more scripting and be less sandbox, to be honest. Because it feels incoherent, and you have things like the Declaration of Independence or whatever when we're in possession of Philadelphia, because the game doesn't make sense like that. That being said, we do have these troops on the way. They should arrive. When are they going to arrive? 5 days till Philip's squadron. Oh, wait, no, not that one. Oh, we haven't actually sent them yet. Oh, shoot. All right, well, never mind there. Where are these guys? So we've got Burgoyne in the north. We've got Byron down near Richmond. And we've got my character in Cambridge. I think for now, what makes the most sense, my character's going to book it out of Cambridge up north to New York, maybe, and then try to move toward Boston to retake it. Meanwhile, in the north, where is this guy going, though? This guy's still trying to raise a couple of regiments in... He's trying to raise 3 regiments in England, but we don't have enough recruits. We could spend more money to try and raise more recruits. Perhaps we should do that. Increase the bounty, I guess, maybe? I wish you could just, choose, I want to buy mercenaries. I don't really know how recruiting works for the British, to be honest. But maybe raising more, increasing the bounty for the soldiers raised will speed things up. But for now, I think we're going to fight a battle with Burgoyne against Fort Pownal in the north as we try to retake that region. And maybe we'll fight a naval battle after that. So let's go ahead and fight this particular fight. And see what happens. We outnumber them 2-1. They're in forts. The AI is not too bright, so I'm assuming we'll crush them pretty easily. But we'll find out. This is a game that is in 1.0 full release, and yet does not feel like it should be. But it would seem Game Labs has killed support for the game, given that pretty much everybody at Game Labs, I'm pretty sure, is gone now, has been laid off by Stillfront. At least that's my assumption. They haven't confirmed anything, but all the important folks are gone. And so I don't know who's left. They've been very unclear about who's left. They haven't even said anything. We just know the developers have been like, yep, I'm no longer with the company. All right, so... we got 2 batteries of artillery here. We've got 2 groups of skirmishers and several of infantry. So let's start this fight. Let's move the artillery up first. I don't want to get them too close to the fort, so I'll put them back here in that wood line. I'm going to send my skirmishers, because they're faster, the long way around. This is my general rule of thumb when I play against enemy forts, is to, flank them, get around them so we can destroy the entire enemy force when they eventually retreat, and then we will assault. Okay. The AI has 600 men, which probably means 4 regiments, I would guess, of 150. They got 1 outside the fort and, what, 3 inside? That's interesting. They don't have all their walls manned. They've got one unit literally sitting right in front of the fort. All right. The gunfire has begun. Our light infantry is working on getting around. Not sure I have the patience to wait, though. Also, by sitting out in front of the fort, they're just going to expose themselves to us being able to engage them while we're in cover. Conditioning's good. March our boys up. So we're apparently using our artillery to hit the troops in the second line here in the fort behind the regiment in front, which we may actually destroy that parapet in the front. It's smoking. It's on fire, so it may not survive. Okay. My skirmishers here are going to come out this way. All right, looks like we've destroyed that front palisade. It's on fire on both sides, and the enemy is no longer entrenched in it, so there's no longer an advantage for those troops. Meanwhile, they're getting hit with artillery. I hear, like, musketry in my ear, but I don't think that can be true, because nobody's shooting yet. Oh, shoot, we get reinforcements? Where'd these guys come from? Well, alright, well in that case, how about you extend the line this way to increase the likelihood of catching any retreating troops. Okay. Got another battery of artillery, too. I'm gonna bag every last bastard amongst them. At least that's the goal. Once these guys get in position, we'll go. I think they'll issue the retreat order pretty quick. But again, the goal is making sure we've got enough troops that they have nowhere to run. Okay. Not that I really want to melee them with skirmishers, but they got their the quickest. All right, we're going to hold fire so we don't get friendly fired as we advance. The moment has come. Engage the enemy. All right, boys. They're not, these two front companies are not in any cover. Alright, those boys are running. Bayonets! Charge! Hey, they surrendered. I don't know what they're getting friendly fired by. Hey, guys. You got nowhere to go, boys. You better all just surrender now. Don't make me massacre you. We are taking some friendly fire here, but... Our grenadiers charging into those boys. And there you go. We bagged a lot of them. That was easy. I don't think there's anybody left. It still has them. I have a blue here, but I don't know who... Yeah, okay. So, 600 enemy troops. We killed 223, captured 377, and we took 35 casualties. That's a pretty efficient victory, I'd say. I don't know what the advanced metrics, you know, EPA, CPOE, OPS. I don't know how you measure battlefield victories, but that was a good one. Okay. All right, so we bagged a lot of them. We will send 600 boys here. And then we will send the other 600 with Burgoyne up toward Weleminsk. And hopefully at least we can secure the northern provinces. Well, that looks like a bad fight. 28-gun British ship versus... Where is this American Navy materializing? I mean, I know they get some commerce raiders and stuff like that, but that's multiple frigate-sized vessels. All right. I'm not going to bother with the 3-1. We'll lose that fight, but... I think we could win this fight. So we'll fight the Lizard versus the Advent and the Argona. The fight's already underway. But I don't know if I trust the AI to do this well. Looks like we've already taken a meaningful amount of damage. But I don't want to give him a 3-masted ship by letting him capture it. So maybe we can pound them into matchwood. Looks like these ships, their armor's gone. Their damage is pretty considerable. Everybody's charging toward everybody else. You know, I don't know how they did it, but Talonsoft's Age of 2 was a much more enjoyable Age of Sail game. It didn't feel quite as slow as this game does at times for its naval fighting. I'm not saying this game does anything wrong in particular. This feels like they try to capture some of what makes Talonsoft's game good. And again, that's a 30-year-old game, so whatever. But it is interesting to me that it feels like that game is just a more fluid experience. Despite like me clearly seeing most of the mechanics from that game are here. I'm not sure what the sweet sauce is, but also looks like the Argonaut's already sinking. So good for us, I guess. We'll just get a victory on that ship. Open fire on the uproll. There you go, boys. Reload. Turn the ship. We don't need battle sails. Give me more sails. I need more. Make turns for 20 knots. I think the Argonaut's just going to sink on its own. think we have the weather gauge, technically. I also do remember one of the big things of playing Age of Sail in the Talonsoft game was controlling when you fire your broadside based on the roll. Maybe you can do that in this game, but it doesn't convey it as well. We're going to get one more broadside off before... I've got to turn the ship. Here we go. God, these smoothbores are so damn inaccurate. Alright. Turn the ship, close the distance, and split the line. They're going to turn so we can't, but... My ship turning is like watching molasses. Alright, we did some rigging damage here to the Advantagia. The other ship is yet to get into the fray. Argonaut's flooding, but we haven't actually engaged it yet. Adventurgura, or whatever, was mostly sailing into the wind, so they've been pretty slow and ineffective, although they are trading broadsides. I sped the time up here. We might get a rake in here. It seems like they're trying to turn their stern to prevent it, but we're going to be fighting them on both broadsides now. The ship that's... Oh, these guys are flooding. So both of these ships are flooding. I don't think we'll take either as a prize, but I'm content to just destroy them. There goes their mast. They got nothing left. There they go! Oh, they're going to try and sail to go catch up with the other ship, huh? Give them 2 crews. Well, they're going to sink too. They might not. They might. There they go. They both sank! Victory! Oh my goodness, we're shooting at the... We're shooting at the crews. Alright, so we sank 2 enemy ships. They lost 2 ships and 100 crew. Nobody was captured. We lost nothing. No casualties in that short little fight. So, the AI might have been beating the ship based on the... But we took basically no damage, or almost no damage. So I'll take that victory. Maybe I should fight the other naval battle. Building the ranks. Officer Jeremiah Manning is ready for duty. Good job. All right. Maybe I should fight the other battle. Maybe destroying some of those American ships in the north would be good for us. All right, so we've got a 28-gun ship. They've got 2 28-gun ships. And a 12-gun ship. This does not feel like a good outcome. But I guess we'll fight it. I think we'll probably lose it. But maybe I can destroy a ship of theirs or 2. Or prevent myself from surrendering. Looks like our... What does that gun icon represent? Let's turn a little bit through the wind. So those ships are back here with 120 and 120 man crews. We've got 194. But our ships are pretty battered at the moment. Maybe we can take out the Le Hercule before the other guys come up. We've set to battle sail, so the top sails are lit, but the bottom sails are not, to prevent from rigging damage. On the uproll, lads. I think we'll probably fight this at ×2 speed. I don't know if that impacts, like, morale or anything. Sometimes games get wonky when you fight with time compression on. He's doing a fair bit of damage with his little light ship. The heavier ships are out of range right now. But his gunnery seems pretty accurate. We've got the heavier ships, so that does benefit us. But he's got the speed and the numbers, although it looks like his two heavier ships up here are colliding with each other. So who knows, maybe we can pick this guy off before the rest come into play. Why are you anchoring? Don't do that. Is he gonna cruise in? Holy cow, he's fast. He gave me a bow rake. I don't know that that matters in this game. I never really feel like rakes are powerful enough when you rake the enemy. I was commenting about Age of Sail, and I will say that the Talonsoft games always made getting a rake on the enemy feel like a devastating event. Hercule might end up surrendering. It's blinking white, so they could be on the verge of giving up. I'd almost rather sink the ship than take it and then have them recapture the prize. Tear it into the hull, damn it! Cripple her! The only bad thing is they're going to end up evacuating, and then their crew will join the other ships and give them an advantage with 50 more members. Alright, the other ships are coming down and will be in range shortly. Alright, can we sink this bastard? I don't want the... I don't want those 50 men to join them! Alright, don't. You're better off just... Well, they have two ships that are blocking each other. Broadsides! And there's no point in running, because they will still be engaged on the strategic map. But at least we sank one of the enemy ships. Unfortunately, their heavies look like they're pretty much untouched, which is going to be bad news for me, but as long as I can prevent them from capturing me, that'll be a pretty big win, I would say. I just don't want to give them another 28 gunner. So don't surrender, boys. Scuttle the ship before you die. Suppose we could try and go for the rigging. I don't know if that gives us the best chance. They certainly have a lot of sail set. We do not. So I switched to chain shot to see if we can make a difference. Why am I not moving at all? I mean, I know I don't have as much sail set, but... Oh, he's going to swing in behind me and try and rake me. Tricky bastard. Turn. Or is he going to try and board me? Don't let him rake you. Ow! This is the problem when you fight two enemy ships. They got just a little bit of an advantage. They have twice as many guns as me. A completely healthy ship. There goes a mast. You won't take my ship alive! I mean, you might, but you won't. My ship will be in rough shape. You gotta pay a lot of money to repair it. They're heeling over hard in the wind. They give me a clean shot at their stern almost. The AI is sailing right into the wind. I guess we kind of are too, but we don't have any sails left, so we have the excuse. I was hoping a chain shot might dismast someone. They're sailing backwards. The AI is so bad at naval combat. Like, I'm losing, but it's just a raw numbers thing. But, like, they're literally moving backwards because they're directly pointed into the wind. That's not how you sail. That's not how ships of the era sailed. Learn naval, at least maneuvering. Either wear through the, wear through the wind, tack with the wind at your back, unless I'm mixing that up, but don't sail backwards. I don't even know if that's physically possible. All right, can we even maneuver anymore? We lost our last mast. The ship is flooding. No masts. And they're shooting right into our stern. We're just a hulk. A shooting gallery at this point. It's just comical to see, like, the ship is going backwards. Don't surrender. No, can't you scuttle the ship? Alright, well, at least we damaged their ships. Okay, we got another officer. We do have our 7 ships heading north. I'm sending a 40-gun ship north. They have 50 men. That's it? 50 men at Welamunsk? I thought they had like 2,000 up north. Okay. Alright, we have an HQ project for colonies something or other was done, but it doesn't... Okay, nothing really happened there. How are the troops in Britain doing? We're up to 700 men. Okay. I don't have enough transports either to send recruits over. But anyway.
Push through.
Alright, there's 50 of the bastards. Just bayonet them all and let's take this. Alright, 3 enemy ships. One of them is the one we lost. Now moving to engage the lizard. Why do I not get my other ship here? Apparently they moved south faster than my 40-gun ship could move north, so now they're just off the coast of Boston. So let's fight another naval battle, boys. We can do it. I believe in you. I think... Oh, the lizards suffered some damage here. I was going to say, I think... we've got this one at least at the start of the battle. But there's the Nightingale flooding and no mast, so maybe we can at least sink one of them here. Congratulations, boys, you have no masts. Meanwhile, half the crew of the Loch Looberg must be on the Nightingale because she's got 180 men. The Loch Looberg went from 120 to 72. So I think they carried the crew of the ship that sank of theirs and then also part of the crew of one of their other frigates. The goal here is just to mess them up. Do as much damage as possible so that the Americans can't get these 3 ships into Boston's port and thus repair them. Okay, I think we'll go with solid shot here. I don't know. I'm just hoping my crew is better trained and they can finish off the Nightingale, which shouldn't take too much, and then also maybe knock out the Woodruff. If we can take the Woodruff out, then we'll have considerably more crew than the Loch and might be able to fight her advantageously. Okay, both these ships are... The Nightingale sank, so they just sank, and they're going to get the crew back. So I guess that's already a big win for us, as one of the ships they captured from us sank. They're turning to wait for the crews to come, so they're just... Now it's just the 2-on-1 rather than the... And they'll get their crew full complement back up. But at least their ships are sort of waiting for the rowboats to get there. Okay. Close haul to the wind. I don't have a very good... The sea state must be keeping the portholes down. Oh, they definitely had the advantage there. Okay. Maybe we can get the AI to sail into the wind again. I've had AI ships sink, by the way, because they're sailing into the wind. It was an earlier version of the game, but I distinctly remember them sailing into the wind when they were a little bit low in the water, and they kept their sails at full, and the wind capsized the ship. I think it might be one of my most popular clips on Twitch. I know that was much earlier in development. That was a couple of years ago, but still. Okay. Maybe we should switch to chain. I don't really use chain shot very often, but... Broadside to broadside with an even gun ship that is in much better physical condition than us. It's probably unwise. But I can't really afford to turn my stern to him either. Let's try and cut the bow. Maybe keep us isolated from the Loch. Oh, we just fired a spray at the Loch. Oh, we lost a mast. That's going to hurt. I was hoping to turn inside and keep the distance between these ships far enough apart that I could keep fighting the Woodruff one-on-one. All I did was give them a easier time with the Woodruff shooting at me. Okay. As I take more shots without dealing any damage. Woodruff should be in range here in a sec. Unless he sails right into the wind and backs. Alright, in range. Or in our firing arc, more accurately. Okay, now the one thing is, because they've already won a victory, I mean, they're going to probably have a much more experienced crew, especially if they win this fight, too. As a result of all these, you know, engagements, they'll be leveled up, if you will. All right, our center, our main mast is damaged. You can see yellow or down here. The rear mast is done, and the foremast is still okay. Main mast being the middle mast. Let's try and do as much one-on-one fighting as we can. The enemy's got a speed advantage because they've got a greater press of canvas with 3 mast, our 2. There goes the main mast. Okay. We're doing some damage to the Woodruff. Her physical state is not great. You can see the red numbers are dropping. I feel like they've been shooting for our sails more than anything. Woodruff actually is blinking almost like they're ready to surrender. Or getting there anyway. Which is interesting. They're at extreme range. I don't particularly want to switch targets, but I also can't. I don't want to give up my stern either. This is going to end poorly. I can't really board either. I'd rather shoot the Woodruff if I can. I don't know. I'm guessing my crew will surrender soon, but at least they won't have 4 ships. Only 3. Can you please shoot at Woodruff? She's the most damaged one. Maximize the damage on her to minimize the benefit. Okay. What's my crew's morale? Condition is not good. Well, morale is 53. Maybe we can fight the ship till it sinks. Hey, we took... Is it the jib boom? Whatever the foresail thing is. That little mini sail on the front. We knocked that out. Ships should not be fighting under this much sail. I mean, I know I am, but... God damn it. Alright, Woodruff's armor is almost all gone. Granted, so is mine. Hey, they lost a mast. Good job, boys. Cripple the Woodruff while we're crippled. Fight to the end. Death or glory. All the jazz. Hey, that's a nice rake. We did some damage on that one. Granted, they're going to rake me, but they're at much further range. We're close in. Firing down the stern. feel like that should be a better broadside than it was. Trying to see if I can aim. Boom! Oh my goodness. Our ship exploded. Okay. Well, we at least did damage to Woodruff, and they didn't take a prisoner, so they lost one of their ships. They lost the other ship. Yeah, bros. Oh, did it sink after? No, yes. They lost their other ship, so they only have one ship left. All right, well, that's worth it. It's worth it. We took 2 with us. Poor crew, they all died, but we took 2 with us. That we have more ships to spare than they do. Even if prestige-wise, it's probably a bigger loss for us than them. Right. Can you take this guy out? She sank. I love the little imagery on the map. All right, go blockade the shit out of them in Boston, boys. I don't know that an 18-gun sloop going toe-to-toe with them is smart, but... All right, so we took Wellemunsk. Let's get that gear back, okay? Garrison, and then Burgoyne is going to head south to Salem. Maybe he can help retake Boston. My own character is now in New York. So we have a pretty firm grip, I would say, on the northern chunk of the colonies, which is funny considering. They've got Boston, a couple of interior towns, but no actual provinces left under their control. Meanwhile, as you move south, the control gets more tenuous. A couple of provinces in Pennsylvania, and most of North Carolina is in their control. If we go to Great Britain, they're still waiting for more troops. I've got so much reputation. I should be able to spend that on more than just R&D, in my opinion. I should be able to spend that on reinforcements. I can't speed any of the research up. I wonder if... Well, there's no global projects like the U.S. has. Okay.
Keep moving.
All right. Hey, a new loyalist paper. Capture Petersburg. What is this? The Civil War? 40-gun sloop. Go blockade Boston. Okay. Uprising in Fort Johnson, south of Wilmington, and Edgerfield. Again, ungarrisoned places. Okay. Naval battle started. We got an 18-gun ship versus a 12, a 12, a 28, and a 28. Why? All right. Hey, 7 ships. Come down to Boston, please.
Victory or death.
Why would I trade? No. They don't want to fight us. They shouldn't have rebelled.
Keep moving.
Happy to fight them with a 7-ship fleet if I can get my own fleet into action here. They've got 16. Here we go, boys. All right. We've got a battle to fight now. Let's do it. A big sea fight. This is the first one I've seen in this game. 2 lines of battle, 3 ships and 4 ships versus their 2 squadrons of 2. Yeah. Just go get them. Alright, we got 2 squadrons. I don't love that we've got... So first squadron, I want you to go... Hope I'm commanding the whole squadron. I want you to cut in front of them because I don't want to get my big boys, my 68-gun ships, you know, firing into my own ships here. Let's see if we can wipe this American squadron out. Let's go to full sail and let's try and cut these guys off. You know, I'm okay going to full sail on this squadron of mine just to give them a bit more speed. They're trying to come ahead in one line of battle. These 50-gun ships at the end of the line don't stand much chance, I wouldn't think. I mean, if any of them get in the line of battle with 68-gun ships of the line, they're probably toast. Just a question of if they can... If I can head them off, if I can get ahead of them and trap them so they can't fight, you know, we got to fight them from 2 sides. Part of the problem is some of my ships are pretty damn big and slow. We've got the Bonnie Sitoi, 78 guns. The Levert, 68 guns. We've got 2 of the Bonnies, also 78 guns, and 2 of the Leverts. So we've got, what, 4 ships of the line and a sloop and a frigate? It's like mosquitoes attacking that ship. Alright, first squadron come up and engage. Our first shots are fired, excluding chasers. Man, they got much longer range, too. I don't even care about capturing these guys. I just want to win a big sea fight. Looks like we got ahead of their line of battle. Give me the damage, boys. Pound them into matchwood. Now we got ahead of their line, so now we can hit them from 2 sides. Huntley's going to take the bulk of our damage here, while the Levert comes in on the rear of the enemy here and hopefully does some damage as it fires into them. Poor offered prize. Taking a drubbing. They're really they're almost kettled. Okay. Be better perhaps to board them, but I don't know that there's a good way to do that. Especially with them having 4 ships all kind of close in like this. They may have won some piddling little victories against some frigates of ours. But good luck now, boys. Now it's time to die. Alright, shorten sail. My own fleet's gonna, like, collide with itself. Honestly, the Bonnie could probably deal with this whole squadron by herself if she could get them to stay still, which we have kind of maneuvered them into a spot where they're going to. If I could just pull up anchor here, I would. Woof. 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 Crawford is flooding and nearly dead. Minorca has lost its second mast and flooding and nearly dead. Tingtail's the only one that's not, like, almost dead here. And boarding would actually be a worse option for them, because they would almost certainly surrender. So the first enemy ship sank. This is not, by the way, usually... Sea fights usually result in enemy crews surrendering. As I say that here. Right, go take possession of her. Can they unsurrender if those guys get to the ship? That seems unsporting, if true. Alright, the offered prize has sunk. I'm gonna sink the ship I just got to strike its colors. Oh, really? They unsurrendered? And now my boys in the rowboats are just sitting here waiting? Alright, we'll go back to your ship then. I know they can unsurrender, but what I didn't know was that they could unsurrender just by having a crew with... Can these guys really not? I was gonna say they can't board. Alright, well, it's a fight to the death then. Everybody's just gonna die. Lock is pretty much already sunk. Tin Tail's almost sunk. I think we just sank one of those rowboats with one of those later shots. Alright, I think the fight's over, right? We sank everything? Yep. Alright, so the enemy lost 4 ships and all their crews. We didn't even take... Not a single crew member of ours was killed. Lol. That's a victory. That was satisfying. Finishing off those pesky American sailors. Nice little victory there. Gets me 1 prestige. Meanwhile, retaking Boston, they've got 1,600 troops, which I can more than match with my troops at Providence, Leicester, and Boston, and Salem. Whether I can man enough troops to garrison there is a different question. But I think we will do one more episode at least, just so we can retake Boston. 1,600 troops. Feels like it'll be an interesting fight. So we'll do that. But it's a little too late for that here today. We're already at 50 minutes, so I don't think we'll get there today. But maybe next time. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today's episode of Ultimate General American Revolution. A game-by-game labs, a real-time game with tactical combat of the American Revolution, as you might guess by the name. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Leave your thoughts below. And until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching, and I'm out.